Okay. All right. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to a new Reader's Warehouse Recommends. I'm Thomas from Reader's Warehouse, and this is our second pre-recorded video highlighting big titles coming out in 2024. Alex Gunn is joining me from Scholastic Books. She is one of their trade sales representatives. Alex, I didn't tell you, but this actually is going to go up on Christmas Day, so we can say Merry Christmas to everybody watching this. How
I should have
great!
put my Christmas jumper on then.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And I think it's so great that we're actually talking about one of my favorite book categories, children's books, on Christmas Day. So if you are waiting for your Christmas lunch, or you've had your Christmas lunch or supper, or even if it's Boxing Day for you when you watch this video, we hope you enjoy this, as we're going to be looking at some really exciting children's titles coming from Scholastic Books in between Jan and June in 2024. What will happen is, if any of these titles, I would say from Jan to March, we'll have all those titles pre-order on our website, and we'll link them below in the comment section. And anything from April onwards, you'll just have to wait for us to get close to the time of release, and then we'll have them available on our website for pre-order and to add to your wish list. Some of the big titles that came out this year from Scholastics, I have to say, there was quite a great range of books from Dave Pilkey. We had the Captain Underpants 25th Anniversary Edition, which had a little comic strip extra with Dogman and Captain Underpants meeting, which is really great. We had a new Dogman book called 20,000 Fleas Under the Sea, and a Dogman coloring book. We had a new series by Aaron Bradley called Cat on the Run, which started a new series, which was really fun. We had the official Harry Potter cookbook. So there was some really, really fantastic fiction and non-fiction that came out this year from Scholastic. I was going to ask Alex, is anything, when you think of this year, 2023, is anything that really stands out for you that you can think that you can maybe remember this year in the books you've sold?
I like Mirror Me, which is by Jan Dunning, and Rosie, which is the one by Spice Girl.
Yeah, Jerry
Ginger
Halliwell.
Spice. Yeah, Jerry Halliwell. So those two are the kind of top ones for me out of the UK. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so we're going to start now. So Alex, over to you. You're welcome to share your screen and share with us some of your picks of some big books we should look out for in the new year.
Let me just try and share this. Hold on one sec. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, let's start from the top. Okay, so to start off, we've got Hayo the Hellmaker. So this is kind of brand new, unique style for us. The author has won various awards for manga art as well. And Hayo is a hellmaker, so it's kind of a group of hellmakers who can put curses on families for a day, for however long you want, at a price. However, a curse comes along and destroys their village, so they end up living with the humans, and where gods live kind of among the humans. And then this whole other adventure takes place, and it's whether they can survive amongst the humans. I've just put a few examples of the art in there as well, so you can see what that's going to be like. I'm really excited about this one.
I think the cover looks amazing. Yeah, the cover looks amazing, and I think it looks. And what age would you say this is for? Would you think it'd be like 10 plus, or where
10 plus? I would, yeah, absolutely 10 plus.
Okay.
Then moving on to a slightly younger age, Nina Peanut is amazing. So this is probably for 6 to 9, I would say. And it's full color throughout. And Nina is a young girl who does videos of herself, just having fun, that she shares with her family and friends. And then one day her cat goes into the background of the video, and her videos go viral, and suddenly she's this online superstar, and she starts questioning, you know, the validity of what she's doing and how important it is, and whether she enjoys the fame. So it's really relevant, I think, for the young generation of today, and so many of them spend so much time doing TikTok videos. This is kind of dropping a subtle story of how important is this. Maybe go outside and play a game in the fresh air, or just be careful about who you're sharing your videos with. Anyway, I've put them.
When I look at that
Sorry.
picture, oh yeah, look inside. Oh, well, when I look at the cover, it reminds me very much of like Liz Pitchon did that cover or something. You know, it has that style of Tom Gates. It almost like, you know,
Yeah,
like look, it has that
yeah, very
feel.
much. And it's full color throughout, I think, which
Oh,
adds a touch more excitement to it as well. So this is one of the lead titles for us. I think it will do really well. And they've had huge publicity in the UK with this along warehouses and along the motorways. So it's a big title for us.
okay, wonderful.
Yeah. Moving on now to Jack Splash by Tom Daley. Tom Daley, of course, being the Olympic diver. And he's writing about this boy called Jack, whose father is a swim coach. But Jack, unfortunately, is not a very strong swimmer. And he really wants to impress his father in the kind of swim teams at school. And then suddenly he has this brush with magic, and this new boy turns up called Billy, who seems to have a really positive influence on Jack. And whether he's part of the magic is, you know, will be revealed within the book. But it's a really fun mid-grade kind of reader.
Okay, great.
And then, of course, another Dogman. I don't need to say too much about Dogman. We all know and either love him or hate him. I think Dogman has a Marmite characteristic about him. Anyway, there's another one coming out in March next year. I'm sure that will do really well.
Yeah, for sure.
Blood Flowers. This one I'm super excited about. This is written by Jay McGuinness, who was a superstar pop star in a group called The Wanted, and he's now turned his hand to writing. So Blood Flowers is a YA fantasy and centers around a 17-year-old living in a town called Calliston. And he's kind of the area is divided into wealthy who live in Rooftop, I think it's called, and Calliston, where the poorer people live. And he lives in Calliston. And there's this village event that takes place where everybody comes together and they do all these field events. And Bear, the character in it, shows himself to be amazing at this event. So he gets catapulted into the wealthier echelons of society. And he starts questioning how important it is to have everything that he's ever wanted. And he's living amongst all these wealthy people who are extraordinarily self-centered. So it's kind of, I don't know whether it's semi-autobiographical, you know, in terms of where he came from to where Jay was led to, where he was obviously able to have quite a lot in his life. But this will be, I think, one of the big YA sellers for us next year.
You know, and like we both said, we discovered it's really, really amazing. I think it's very striking. You know, you'll definitely spot it in our stores once it comes out.
Yeah, it has a hint of Virginia Andrews from back in the day. I think, you know, like a flowers in the attic look about it.
Yeah.
And then moving on to a slightly more kind of innocent picture book, What the Worms Saw. This has a semi-non-fictional story, and it's just discussing the importance of earthworms within nature. It's done in collaboration with the Royal Horticultural Society in the UK, so it's all kind of properly fact-checked, and just a really lovely, gentle picture book highlighting the importance of earthworms within nature.
Okay, wonderful.
And then I'm moving on to, now I haven't got, unfortunately, a cover for Tale of the Forbidden. This tale is forbidden. But let me see if I can just find it here. Maybe if I share this, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
New share. Let me share it here. I might be able to share it on here. If I go to there. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, great. This tale is forbidden. So this is another exciting YA one, and it's kind of a cross between Little Red Riding Hood and The Handmaid's Tale. And centers around a girl called Nesta who lives with her grandmother in the countryside. And then one day her grandmother is kidnapped and she has to venture out to the city to try and rescue her. And she's never really been to the city. And when she arrives in the city, she discovers that these women are kind of beholden to men and have to follow really strict rules and regulations. And so while trying to find her grandmother, she's also trying to change the way that that particular society is living. It's kind of a step back in time, I suppose, where history has been rewritten. But I love the jacket of this one. I think it's also another really striking jacket. So I've got high hopes for this as well.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah. And I think that was all of the highlights for January from me. January these go through to about April, May next year.
Yeah, I think the other title that I know that our customers are going to be very excited for, they say it's the last one. Will it be the last one? It's going to be the Amulet Book 9 when that comes out. I think it's around about March this year.
Yeah.
I know a lot of boys schools that boys schools that we like librarians and students have been asking us, I remember when they were asking us for book 8 when that came out a few years ago, and then this year we've been asked so many times for book 9, and now it's like, check, is book 9 coming? And then of course they announced it earlier this a little while ago that it is coming out. I think it's around March next year or February, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And it will be the last one.
Yeah, is it the final one? We'll have to wait and see. So
yeah. There is the colouring book, though, if you really need a bit of kind of an injection of amuletness. There is the colouring book you can get.
Yeah, because I remember when there was 7 books and a 7-book box set, and suddenly the 8th book came out and the 8th-book box set. But I remember when that book 8 came out, everyone was so excited. It came out almost the same time as The Dogman came out, and schools were just buying both of them just as much because the students were just so excited to read it. And I think Amulet really has been a different league of children graphic novel, adventure, fantasy, and I think that and I've been so amazed how parents have come in and asked us for the Amulet series, and their children have been there, and I've asked them, how did you find out about the series? And said, no, that their friends told them about it, or I don't know if it's based on a game or what it exactly is, but yeah, it's just been this little series that has just kept on growing in popularity, thanks to its amazing storytelling. And of course, I think the author does the illustrations and the writing of the book, and I know it's a husband and wife, and the wife also does graphic novels. It's quite amazing. They don't work together, but they both I don't know if they met in the industry or how it was, but they both do their own graphic novel series.
Yeah, there will be a big gap in the market without Amulet. Actually, it's one of the top sellers for us around the world.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a great one when it comes out next year. I think people are going to be really, really excited for it. So yeah, definitely a wonderful start to the new year with all those amazing titles. So thanks so much, Alex, for sharing them with us.
No worries.
Yeah, and then we'll be back next Monday with another pre-recorded session on titles coming out in 2024. Thank you so much for watching, and as before, all titles from the Jan to March titles will have listed on pre-order below in the comments, so you're welcome to add them to your wish list or add them to a pre-order, and we'll dispatch them to you or notify you as soon as we have them in stock. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Alex, for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Christmas if you're watching this on Christmas Day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.